Welcome back to the Messy Bookshelf. Today on Vlogmas, I'm going to recommend 5 books to read on those cold winter nights over the Christmas holidays. Over Christmas, we tend to have a little bit more free time depending on how much family visiting we have to do and how much we're actually working. Now that we're not in school, or those of us who are in school are not in school, we have a little bit more time to do some leisure reading, and I really enjoy this time, so I usually like to read a really thick book or something that's really gonna draw my attention and escape from the real world. So these 5 books are not necessarily Christmas books, although some of them are wintry or Christmassy. These are just books that I think would be great to read when you have free time and nowhere to go. Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And you could do Illuminate, you could do Gemina. I just chose Illuminate because it's the first in the series and it's my favorite. Although I really love Gemina, I definitely enjoyed this one a bit more. And it's such a great read, and it's very thick, which is great for when you have lots of time. Say there's a snow day and you have nowhere to go, pick up this book. You will probably be done by the end of the day, because although it is quite a bit of a chunker, it is a pretty quick read. It's a sci-fi romance, and it tells the story of these 2 people and their planet, or wherever they live, is being attacked, so they have to jump on this ship, and they're refugees, and it kind of tells that adventure. And then Gemina continues on with a different set of people. I have a full review of both of these, which I will link down below if you want to check those out. The next book is actually a Christmassy book, and it is Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. I really enjoyed reading this. This was such a great read. I read this for the first time last year, and this tells 3 different stories. They connect in some way. It's based on one night of Christmas Eve, and it was just such a cute read, and it's perfect for this time of year, especially because it deals with Christmas and snow, so you could probably read it anytime during the winter. The next is another book that is not necessarily Christmassy, but definitely a world that you can dive into during the holiday season when you're stuck inside on a snowy evening, and it is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. This book was amazing. I absolutely loved it, and the second book, Wayfarer, comes out in January, which is super exciting. So this would be the perfect time to read it, because you can read it in December and then pick up Wayfarer in January, because you will want to read the next one right away. And this tells the story of Edda and Nicholas, and Edda is this prodigy, and she finds out some stuff about her mother's past that she didn't know about before, and it leads her on to an adventure with lots of obstacles. And I can't go through a recommendation video without recommending some Rainbow Rowell, and so I chose Carry On. And this is perfect for this time of year because it actually takes place over the Christmas season. I started reading this just after Christmas last year, and I was so glad that I had read it when I did, because it made the book so much more enjoyable reading it during that time. I still have my Christmas decorations up. It was just such a fun time. This is kind of like Harry Potter fan fiction. If you haven't read Fangirl, the main character in that, or one of the main characters in Fangirl, is a fan fiction author, and she's very famous in the fan fiction world, and she writes Simon Snow fan fiction, and the fan fiction that she writes in Fangirl is called Carry On. We actually got snippets of it in Fangirl, so Rainbow Rowell just turned it into a whole book, and oh my gosh, this was amazing. It tells a story of Simon Snow, who is like Harry Potter, and Raz is supposed to be like the Draco Malfoy character, so it's very on the dreary fan fiction type path. Definitely check this one out if you enjoy Harry Potter. And speaking of Harry Potter, any of the books really, but specifically Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, it just has that Christmassy feeling. Illustrated editions are just beautiful. The Chamber of Secrets is actually out now, which is really cool. I've been trying to read this since last Christmas, and this is how far I've gotten. I usually read maybe like a chapter or two if I ever go to bed and I'm not really tired. But the illustrations in this are just absolutely gorgeous. And it's so much fun rereading and falling back into this world through this type of media. So those are all of my recommendations. Do you have any books that you like to read this time of year? Let me know down below, and if I haven't read it, maybe I'll check it out or put it to the top of my TBR list. I will see you tomorrow. Oh my goodness, the tea! The tea of the day is Forever Nuts, and it's a caffeine-free tea, and I used up the whole thing because there wasn't a whole lot in the sample, and it should be steeped. And the tea was basically just like nuts. It smells a little bit like peanut butter, to be honest. Ooh, it's very hot though. Also, gotta love the mug. It's good, it's very hot. I didn't boil it because it said near boiling. Maybe this is why. Maybe the water gets hotter because it's nuts or something. I like this. This is a good one. Okay, so I'm going to go and enjoy my tea, and I will actually see you tomorrow. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Bye!